Hey, ethical consumers, welcome back. Welcome to the first minisode of 2021. And we already did release a full-length episode Tuesday, just 2 days ago. So if you haven't caught that already, go ahead and once this video is done, go ahead and search that one. It's with Jason Tuttle of Haymaker Works Immunity Tonic, a very on-point episode for this time of year as we are still in a pandemic and we're in cold and flu season, double whammy. So learn about his wonderful glass bottle of magic ingredients that can help stave off any nasty bugs this cold and flu season. If you're a long-time listener, and by long time, I mean we launched last September, so, a couple months, thanks for sticking with us. Thanks for supporting us from the beginning, and thanks for jumping on the bandwagon whenever you happen to jump on. If you're new here, hey, my name's Julia. I'm the host of the Ethical Consumer Podcast, and I do always like to mention I am not a one-woman show. There are several amazing people working behind the scenes, some of which have made a little appearance. Trevor was in a full-length episode, and I'm hoping to have a couple other of my wonderful peoples on in the future, so you get to meet them. I am super thankful to have found this wonderful community in 2020. It was definitely a bright spot in my year. I hope listening to some of these episodes have been enjoyable for you. And I'm really excited to bring you even more in 2021. We've recorded some episodes so far, and I'm already talking to some future guests that I'm extremely excited about. Some of my favorites, my personal favorites that I've honestly been using for years. Very excited to have them on. And I'm excited to share them with you, share new innovation in the food and beverage industry, whether it be packaging or ingredient sourcing or who is involved in the production. I learned very early on in doing this podcast that it's really not a black and white sort of thing, sustainability, I mean, and it goes beyond just how consumer packaged goods and food and beverage items are delivered and sourced. So we took some tangents last fall, and I really enjoyed them, and the response that I heard was really positive from you guys too. Talking with farmers, talking with folks that work with local and statewide government to ensure a better future for the people that live here. I'm in the Midwest, got a lot of farms. And people involved in the harvesting processes that maybe we don't always think about when we're reaching for that bag of coffee or that bar of chocolate. I'm excited to bring you more mini-sodes, diving a little bit deeper into the production in certain industries, including the beauty and wellness industry, fashion industry, and even some in ecotourism. And as always, I will continue to have on wonderful guests. I could sit here and talk to you for hours, but I think it's a lot more interesting to have a conversation with folks that are just as passionate as I am about doing things better. That's really what it comes down to. Progress over perfection. We will get there. I believe we will get there. But when there's so many things to think about and care about, it can be really challenging. As I've mentioned before, and I'm sure I'll mention it again, it's really difficult to find a single product that checks every single checkbox you could possibly want to check. And just caring a little bit, I think, goes a long way. Whether it's sustainable sourcing, whether it's organic, it has sustainable packaging. Maybe that company employs a certain group of individuals that may not otherwise have as many opportunities for jobs and pays them a living or better than living wage. That's going to be present in several minisodes this spring. Oh yeah, we're getting into it. We're getting a little dirty with it. But you know what? We can only stay naive to things that go on behind the scenes for so long. And sometimes it just takes a little awareness for more people to become aware of a situation and how problematic it may be to create long-lasting change. And I am just one person with one set of eyes, one set of ears. I can only take in so much information. If you have any suggestions of things you think are important and you may want to put in the spotlight, please let me know. You may come from a completely different background than I do and have more insight into situations that I may not have thought of already. I love hearing about your sustainable journeys, what swaps you made in 2020, what goals you have for 2021, and I'm excited to be on this path right along with you. I am imperfect. Please believe. I talk a lot about this stuff. I learn a lot about this stuff, and I still find myself reaching for a completely greenwashed product and then getting home and realizing, oh, didn't think that's what I was supporting. And maybe I fall in love with a company and then I find out that behind the scenes, maybe they're not actually doing the best things. So I forgive myself. I remember. I find an alternative and I keep going. And I hope you do too. I look forward to sharing this year with you, sharing more information, more guests, more amazing innovation in the food and beverage industry and beyond. There's a lot going on. There's a lot to cover, and I hope to bring as much of it to light as I can with your help, with your support, and have some really fun conversations as we go. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks for dropping by. If you haven't already, go ahead and find us on Instagram, on Facebook. Maybe you're watching this on YouTube, or maybe you're listening to this on your favorite podcast platform. If you have iTunes, if you consider leaving us a review, that helps iTunes put us in the ears of even more listeners to get out our message. And we would super appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you back next week for another minisode, and of course, every Tuesday for our full-length episodes. Happy New Year, guys. We're back.